waiting to hear your voice and see your screen.
Yes, I guess you hear me. And for my screen, can I publish my webcam?
You could use your webcam, and you can also show charts with a screen share.
Okay, so I guess
Completely up to you. Did you bring in any charts, or do you want to show your website? Or do
I
you
will open charts. Yes.
just chat? Okay, very well.
Chart.
Okay,
Do
well,
you see?
Yes, got it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so Fabian, comment allez-vous? I'm Elvis.
Ça va. Si on fait l'interview en français, ce sera mieux pour moi. But
Okay.
I guess if I speak French, no one will understand on the.
Yeah,
on
well,
your audience.
mine is very limited. I reached out to Fabian on Twitter. I'm very much into content on videos, and that's your handle. What's your handle again, Fabian? It's Video Bourse FR.
Yes, it's videobourse.fr. It's a French website about trading and finance, which exists since 10 years. I began when I was 18. Now I'm 28. And yes, it's mainly a media in video. So it's a video that I do presently. I mean, I go to the companies like broker or platform. I go to the traders' offices and I do interview. And in the same time, me too, I trade. And since many years, I'm really passionate by finance and trading. But I'm also proud and happy to have this media because on the market for retail, for someone who work and who trade with his own money, it's hard to have a good way of income if we don't have another business with more regular resources. I don't know if I'm clear.
Yeah, you are, and it was a great segue as well. So, 18. When I was 18, I was looking forward to going away to college and having my own little space in the dormitory. I certainly wasn't thinking about the market. So why don't you take us back to when you started? Tell us a little bit about what influenced you, and are you self-taught, or were there people or mentors that played a role in your development as a trader?
I began because I knew that on the financial markets you can develop your business and make money, so I wanted to do it. I've been at the university in administration and social and economics administration. So it was about economy and social, so finance are about it too. And also my father worked in a bank, so when I was young, I had some stocks. So I began to search some information about the stocks that I had. So this is my first steps in the financial markets. And yes, this is how I began.
Okay, so look, I think when you look at somebody's setup, that it tells you a lot about their style of trading. So first thing I noticed, is this a CAC courant that we're looking at? What's the instrument? What chart is that?
The chart that you see on the screen is the DAX, so the German.
Okay, the DAX, not the CAC. Okay, first off, I noticed you trade naked. I mean, you use candlesticks. I hope you have drapes or something, so when you're trading naked, no one could see what you're doing, and it's a joke. But the only indicator you have there is volume. So tell us what you're seeing in the DAX and why, and if you see anything that you're looking to exploit. DAX is not making new highs like the U.S. indexes did. What are you seeing on this chart here, and what do you use to tell you that it's worth compelling enough to assume risk to take a trade?
Okay. So yes, mainly I work on the DAX. I also like euro against dollar.
Okay.
So you said my graph is naked. It's because I removed the pivot point as it's a daily chart. It's not useful to have it. But when I go in 5 minutes chart, which is the time frame that I use for my day trading, I use the pivot point. It's not a main thing on my strategy, but it's still good levels, and many traders work with it, so it's still good to have those benchmark.
So it's a majority of your trading intraday?
Yes, and since many months, I can say few years now, I only trade during the period of movement. So opening of European markets, so 2 hours the morning, sometime opening of the US markets, but I don't really like it because I think it's more easy to work on the open of European markets.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? The
Move
time of day or the character of the market?
the character of the markets. I think that when the European market open, you have a trend who appear, you can catch it, it continue, etc. When the US markets open, I think it go really fast in one way, then it stop, and sometimes really fast you go back down. So I think it's really not as easy to trade the opening of the US market in general than the European markets. And I also like the news period because it's a period where you know that you will have moves on the market, and it's yet a good information because when you don't know that when there is no reason for the markets to move, it still can move for some reasons. So when you know that it will move, in the worst case, it will not move and you will not lose a lot of money. But if you think that the market will not move and you build a strategy, for example, a scalping strategy with some leverage, and finally the markets move, you can it can give you bad results.
Okay, so looking at what you see here in DAX, you don't look long term. You don't carry things overnight. You like news trading. So, are some of your favorite days to trade like the U.S. NFP or any central bank activity? Are you like high impact events? Do you wait for the event or do you take positions in front of the event?
I wait that the events and the statistics are published, and then I try to follow the trend that appear. I put a small stop loss, and if it go in my side, I catch the profit when it begin to go slowly, and that the trend give signs of end. And if I'm wrong, I stop it fast and I take the other side. So I stop and reverse my position. I can do it 1 time, 2 times, and sometimes 3 times. But in the worst case, I take 3 small stop loss. And yes, this is how I work on the news.
Okay, so you say that you like to trade Euro USD. Is that a day trading market for you as well, or do you have some longer term view? I mean, the euro had a great year, right? From 103 to 122 now. Are you in the camp for a continuation of strength in the euro, or are you starting to think that this euro rally might be getting a little long in the tooth?
I don't know, honestly, on the long term. I guess it can continue until 1.25, 1.26. I read the document from the banks. So, for example, here I have a research of BNP Paribas. So it's helped me to know what the big institutions think,
Okay,
etc. But
I want to ask you something, Fabian. So you follow BNP Paribas because, you know, a lot of the banks, a lot of people want to fade what they're saying. They usually come in and a lot of their predictions are to get people to take the other side of the trade so they could either, they might be bearish and they put out a bearish report, but they're really accumulating, or they might be bullish and they're looking for buyers to distribute positions to. Would you say BNP Paribas has a good track record of calling moves in the market?
I don't know. I didn't do a study about their results, but I know some people do, and in general, you see that the bank's analysis or previsions objective are not right. Me, I like especially BNP Paribas because I used to work in BNP Paribas, and I like what they. It's a big bank in France, and I guess now it's the biggest in Europe, or one of the biggest. This is for sure. They have good economists, so I don't really read it to have an objective. I just read it because it show me what the professional look, what they think. It's still good information. So after I can't answer to your question about their results and if they are in the right side. In general, just I like their research and I think it's good.
Okay. It's part of your intelligence gathering. Now, you and I believe after I heard your introduction, share something in common. You're on the other side of the mic as well. You host people and you do interviews of traders. Can you tell us a little bit about, I've learned a lot from certain guests that I've had, who some of the favorite people were that you've interviewed. If I'm correct, do you go out and you interview people in trading rooms and do videos of traders? Is that what you said at the beginning?
Yes, I do.
The video boards part of your business model is what again?
Yes, I do it. So I move to the place, mainly in France and sometimes in other countries. I've been 2 weeks in New York in a trading room on Wall Street. It was interesting, and so I also do webinars and live on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, and video bourse. For me, it's it's all because you have trading, and as I said, I'm not. I think I'm not a really good traders. I just like trading, and I have with the years experience, so I have, I guess, good strategy and I have results. But even now, I couldn't live only with trading because from 1 month to another, there is big difference between my revenue and my profits or my losses. And I think that if you want, because it's the dream of many people to live only with trading, you need really a lot of money. But with video bourse, it's a good thing because in one end, it's a business that...
Is it a subscription service?
No, it's not. Everything is free for the audience, and my customers are the announcer, so the companies who want to address to touch my my audience. So for my audience, everything is free, and my customers mainly are brokers, trading platforms, or companies who have to sell things about trading.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
So it's the people.
And also, it's important because
they pay a fee to get the exposure to your audience.
Yes, and it's important to know this business also. As a trader, it's important to understand and to know the business of the brokers, the business around the markets, because there is, I guess you know, and I guess better than me because you have more experience, that there is a lot of ways to make money on the markets, and if you stay only on your main activity or only as a trader, maybe you will not understand or know what are the other possibility of the market, the other jobs around the financial markets, which can be good, we can be complementary, etc. So it's also a good part about video bourse for me.
Okay, so anything you want to wrap it with, Fabian? Like the most important lesson you've learned from either people that you've shot promotional material for, or in your own journey of trading for 10 years, what's your most important lesson that you've learned over that time frame? Is it leverage? Is it not using mental stops? Have you ever used a mental stop where you don't put the stop in, but you say mentally I'll be out if it takes out a price level?
Yes, it's better to have daily loss limit fixed by your broker or by someone else. In the trading room, professional trading room that I visit, they have a department dedicated to the risk, and when a trader don't respect the limit, they cut their position or they call it by phone, and there is a hierarchy. When you are a retail trader and you have to do everything on your side, sometimes it can be hard to manage yourself, to limit yourself. So mental stop loss, it's good until the day you don't accept your loss and you don't respect your plan. So it's better to have a daily loss limit that you can't break.
100% agree. I make a joke, Fabian, that the last time I used a mental stop, my first stop was a mental institution. So yeah, I agree with you having that hard stop in there. Do you want to show your website and tell our audience the best way for them to follow your material or get to your YouTube page, or you want to put it up on screen? Now would be the time if you want to do that.
Okay, just I have to change because I guess you see only my
charts. We're
my
looking
chart.
at the Euro chart.
Alors, comment je fais pour changer ça?
Where in France are you?
Huh?
Where in France are you?
I'm close by Paris.
Okay.
And you? You are in San Francisco?
No, San Diego, closer to San Diego. So let me ask you this. Are you optimistic about the French economy under Macron?
Yes, for business is good. Is from, I guess now you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, this is my website, this is Video Bourse. And if you go on the main page, you have here the forum where people come to discuss. Everything is in French. So it's mostly for a French-speaking country.
So you don't have the translation English or anything on this?
No, you can do it with Google Translate, but no, mainly it's in French. Here it's you.
Okay, all right. All right, nice. So you have
yes.
all your interviews there, and this is free content. And do all your guests speak French, or any of them speak English, or all your interviews in French?
Sometimes I do in English when I travel in other countries. It's the international language, so there is some content in English, not many, but maybe 5% of my videos are in English. And just to answer about Emmanuel Macron, yes, he's good for economy of France. He's a good businessman, and he's come from a Rothschild bank, so it's a banker, and it's not really well the business. So for the economy, I guess he will be, and he is yet a good president for France, and the business in France work good.
Okay, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much, Fabian. I wish you a lot of success in your personal trading and continued success with your website, and that your material, that you get millions of views on your website in 2018. And very nice to meet you. Thank you for your time today and sharing a little bit about your journey and what you do at Video Bourse.
Thank you for your invitation, Dal, and I hope someday to interview you to know more about your experience and your background, because I know you have more than 30 years of trading behind you. So I guess you have many things to say. Thank you.
Well, don't rub it in that it's been that long, but I'd be happy to return the favor and do an interview with you. Just let me know. So thank you again, Fabian. Good hunting. Have a great 2018. Keep in touch. And like it or not, you're now my trading warrior brother.
Okay, thank you. And one question on Twitter, your account name is Stop Hunter. So Stop Hunter, it's a market maker way of think or something like that. Why you use this terminology?
Oh, okay. Well, because I believe there are things such as stop hunts, and I used to witness them during open outcry on the floor, and now I still believe they take place only by algos or high-frequency traders, and I wait for stop hunts to take place or try and trade into them because I believe the market is vicious enough, so it wants to eliminate as many people as possible from the move they're anticipating before it begins, then most likely without them.
Okay.
All right, buddy. So
Bye.
don't put your stops over swing highs, a pip over swing highs. Let me mentor you, make it be at least 40 pips above those highs so you don't get picked off and end up being right the market, wrong the trade. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Good luck on the market.
Thank you, Fabian. Thank you, F.A.C.E. We'll see everyone tomorrow. And let's see how the dollar pans out. We'll see if we get a third drive. Good hunting the rest of the day. Maybe I'll see everyone in our private chat for the BOC coming up shortly in about 8 minutes. If you're not a subscriber, you could always just try the trial to come in and look at our private chat room that goes on for multiple hours every day. And most of all, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Good hunting, everyone. See you tomorrow. Thanks once again, Fabian, at Video Bourse France.
Yes, the videobourse.fr.
You got it.
I can share the link maybe on the chat. I don't know.
Yeah, go ahead. Before you go, just put it in the question section and it'll be there, and I'll share it. And you'll have this interview in a couple of hours. Okay?
Cool. I will share it. I'm sure it will interest you.
All right. See you later. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Hey, just for ForexAnalytix, is it your website or is it the website of several people that you share for do the interviews? Because I see that you have a lot of interviews.
Yeah, it's the best team on the net for FX, so you may as well let your audience know. It's the best free room face on the net. We have some of the best analysts on the street here. Harmonics, Elliott Wave, conventional technical, candlesticks, and of course, interviews with people like you to edify the community. So, okay. Thank you very much, Fabian. So it was a commercial for both of us.
Yes.
Good hunting, buddy. See you later.
Bye.